Hey, welcome everybody today. This is Simeon Ambergy with PraiseTracks.com, and this is going to be a fun one today. And welcome to the channel. Yesterday, Spitfire released another one of their I guess it was like a little surprise from their partnership with Abbey Road, and it is the Mrs. Mills piano. This is just really interesting. Just looking at the history, it just opens up so much. Yeah, so the Mrs. Mills piano, Paul McCartney says, it's exciting to hear Spitfire sampling of the Mrs. Mills piano at Abbey Road. It's great to have it on my computer. That is one of the fascinating things about the world that we live in today with the technology that we have, is that we have access to these amazing historical instruments that have been used in so many recordings over the years. I think over the past 50 years, this piano was used. Do a Wikipedia on Mrs. Mills. I mean, a fabulous musician. I'm sure she was just a lot of fun to be around. And she recorded so many of these sing-along type albums. And this was the Vertigrand, the Steinway Vertigrand that they used in Abbey Road Studio #2. And just fascinating. It's just fascinating, as Spock would say. I like to jump on things really quickly because I get so excited about these instruments. And so we're going to just take a look at this. Yeah, this was recorded in Studio 2 of Abbey Road, and that is one of the crazy things. I think we're going to really be seeing a lot more from that studio, from Studio 2. You know, it's about a 4.6 gigabyte download, and it's just okay. And I called this the anti-felt piano. I call it the anti-felt upright. But let's just take a look at the player here, and we've got you basically just have 1, 2, 3. You have 5 presets: a close, a clean, all together, 1968, and distant. And we'll just run through some of these together. And one of the things I found out about the interface is that this is something that I didn't know before, but this little ellipse, this little circle, these dots here next to the settings, you drop that down and you can select different velocity curves. So you can have a linear velocity, a shelf where it kind of tweaks a little bit, and then it's kind of an inward slope. So you can just tailor that to, and I thought that was interesting. I had never seen that before. And then you can reset all the MIDI CC mappings here. If you want to remap those, you can reset that here as well. So let's take a listen to the close mic. My repertoire is probably pretty limited, but I'm going to do the best that I can as far as attacking this type of piano. But and it's out of tune on purpose. That's part of the character of it. But this is the close mic. And I'm just gonna, this has only been on the computer for about an hour. So you guys are experiencing this right along with me. So let's just have some fun with this. This is the close mic. you just hear the character of this. One of the other things that about this Mrs. Mills piano is that they sampled 8 dynamic layers. Now we are typically, with a lot of the original pianos, only given up to 3 velocity layers, and maybe 4 sometimes. But this gives you 8 velocity layers. And let me just see if I can. Let me hide so you can see that. That's it. That's the piano right there in Studio 2. The way that they recorded it, just amazing. It's amazing that we can step virtually into this piano through these instruments. Very cool. And that's why we can get down into the real soft and just build that up. Okay, yeah, there we go. That will go through those dynamic layers. And it's surprising that these uprights are, when you stretch them out, they're basically midi grand or baby grand pianos that are just set upright. That's why they call it a vertigrand, a vertical grand. And that's what gives you some of those really deep lows, because it's like a grand they turned up, vertical. It's a vertical grand. Yeah, interesting. Okay, now let's listen to the close mic. And just take a listen to the the room mic. That was the close mic. Let's listen to the room mic. I like seeing that piano back there. So this is the room mic. I like having just those extra dynamic layers in there. That's really cool. And I've got to really see how the velocity correlates with this dynamic slider. And I think just having these different tones, the repertoire, you can just push it. You can push the limits sometimes. And you don't have to think about it as a honky-tonk piano necessarily. It's whatever you kind of want it to be in a way. So sometimes this may not fit in everything, but it will fit in a lot of things you might not expect. And that's what I try to do, is just kind of take it out of the box a little bit. But it's in your face dynamically. Yeah. Just having that brightness. That's why I call it the anti-felt piano, because what they've done to this piano is that they've taken and actually put lacquer. They treated the hammers with lacquer. And so what that does, it just hardens it so much. It almost is like a glassy effect over it. And so when that hits the string, and I'm just going to fire up, it's got more bite. It's like it's not a tack piano, but it's got the bite of one without it being too metallic sounding. It's just a brightness. It's like a niche. It's kind of like a niche piano, but it's like I guess it's the fact of the story behind it. So many pianos have so many different stories behind them, and it's just like if this piano could talk, you know, can you imagine the stories that it could tell? So they included a vintage setting as well. So this is like a mono signal. Very direct. And we have the reverb here. The reverb is that EMT plate reverb. Set about 2 seconds reverb time. So they can take that mono signal, pump it through that EMT plate, and it just makes it so much more alive. It livens it up. So you have some of the tightness. Now the tightness just kind of takes you into the sample a little bit, so it kind of goes past the attack. So with it all the way off, you get the full attack and everything, and then you can just dial that. You can kind of shave that attack off a little bit. Interesting. And then the hammer noises. You can hear those, and let's just see. Let's pull up the room mic again, and we can hear that. You can hear that action. And then the pedal control. It's all these little different flavors. You can hear that pedal going. It's those little flavors, those little noises, those little imperfections and things that really take things, make them realistic. And then we can have these snapshots of history. And it's just so interesting to me. Okay. So let's just look at some of these. Let's pull up 1968. Okay, so they've just got the close mic on. Yeah, so that's kind of nice and tight. Yeah, let's see something here. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. And that was 1968, just with the vintage mic. And let's see something here. Let's pull up the distant and let's see what happens. Okay, so you can see on this preset they've got the reverb cranked up. We've got the tightness dialed in a little bit, and with some slight piano noise. So let's just go and see what we can do here. heights of love, what depths of peace, when fears are stilled and striving cease. My comforter, my all in all, here in the power of Christ I stand. Yeah. Yeah, we've got to go here. We're getting close to this season here. There in the ground, his body lay. Yeah. But bursting forth in glorious day, up from the grave he rose again, and now he stands in victory. Sin's curse has lost its grip on me, for I am his, and he is mine. Yes, it's so good. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Just taking it to some different places. Yeah, and then you can just further go with this. You can just go with it. Yeah, let's see what we've got. Yeah, really cool. Really cool. And then it is really something, and you just got to think in so many different ways. Now, I think what is interesting is in the All Together patch, you have the close room and vintage all together, and what that vintage does, since it's mono, it provides just a really interesting focus. And we were watching it was so funny. I opened up with Alexander's Ragtime Band, and it was like on a Mary Tyler Moore episode. I like classic sitcoms, and it's just like the idea of having the piano that you can come around and have fun with. And I think that's what this kind of embodies a lot of. It's just the fun of just sitting around and just playing and singing, and that's what they kind of capture. But then you have to, just like you say, just take take it outside into different places. You can score with it. You can. Yeah, you can score with it or play with it, whatever you want. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks, Home and Citizen World. Man, I'm just so glad to see you guys. I'm just trying to take up, just trying to look at and see who all's here. Emmanuel, it's good to see you. It's good to see everybody. It's just such fun. I get so excited, I guess, when I see something. It's just like, man, I've got to show it. I've got to share it. And I want to thank Spitfire Audio as well for sending this to me this morning. It was like I was checking my email early and I saw where that popped up and I said, man, we got to do this today. And I'm so glad we were able to do that. A lot of fun. And this is one of the things, let's just see something here. I want to pull up the clean, and I want to put a little bit of reverb on there, and let's get some of this tightness out. Because I kind of was hearing this when it was like, this has got to be what they use. If you wanna play with me, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You gotta have something if you wanna play with me. Yeah, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. And that's that raucousness that comes out. Yeah, my falsetto is not what it used to be. um, but that's that lacquer on those hammers that just brings out that bite. Yeah, it's just, and just having those dynamic layers, those extra dynamic layers. So when you dig into it, it just goes right with you. So, wow, a lot of fun. And man, so what else can we say? Yeah. So I'm so glad that we have this this little piece of history with us. And if it's your first time, coming across the channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button. That really helps a lot. And just stay tuned. There's so much coming maybe later on. So you never know. But this is the Mrs. Mills piano, the originals Mrs. Mills piano from Spitfire Audio. And let's just see something. I just want to make sure, just catch up with everything. It's great. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and I hope to see you real soon. And if you have any questions, oh, yes, see. It's a lot of fun. So until next time, this is Simeon with PraiseTracks.com, and I just want to thank everybody for all the support. It's just a lot of fun. We've got we go through storms and we come through storms, and we have moments of peace and rest, and we have each other, and that's why I think it's important. One of the songs that this piano is famous for is I get by with a little help from my friends, and we need each other. We need each other. And so that's what is so important in these times when we're struggling, that we have each other to support. And so I'm so glad that I have you guys to support what I'm doing, to share my joy of these instruments and music. And thanks again to Spitfire Audio. And I can't wait for the next time. Leave any questions that you have in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And all the links will be in the description. So we'll see you real soon. Thanks so much for joining me today.